study nutrition during pregnancy in great details and in lactation in a bit, and then we will proceed later on. So this is the evidence-based guideline to pregnancy, lactation, and nutrition. And unfortunately, during pregnancy, you do not eat for two, as most of people think. So you only need for one. So we will get together. So the maternal fuel. Okay, how many calories a woman or a female needs extra per day during the first trimester or during the first 3 months of pregnancy? You do not need any extra calories at all. Just stick to your regular diet and regular healthy habits you are adapting. Later on, during the second trimester, most probably you will not know that you are pregnant until the first month has ended. So during the first trimester, no extra calories are required. Then during the second trimester, you need 340 kcal extra per day. So this translates to a healthy snack or an apple almond butter or maybe 2 eggs and a slice of toast. So this is all you need during months 4 to month 6. Then during the third trimester, when you are from the 7th month to 9th month or delivery, you need 452 kilocalories. So this translates to an extra meal, a mini meal that you, for example, lunch, you try to prioritize protein and carb and vegetables, colorful plate, maybe a slice of salmon and pasta with spinach will be sufficient. I'll write in the description meals that equal each calorie so that you can add it to your diet. And all of this, we are supposing that you are sticking to your requirements of daily intake. You are not exceeding them in a way or another. Then during lactation, so this is a game changer. During lactation, you need a lot of calories because lactation burns a lot of calorie. Milk production needs a lot of power and lactation needs a lot of power. Your child as well is exerting great effort for him to suck this milk. So babies are doing a lot of effort as well to feed themselves. Okay, regarding the macronutrient or the building blocks of our diets, we feed on protein, carbohydrates, and fats. So protein, these are the building blocks of our system. So try to increase your protein intake to 1.1 per kg of body weight if you are not reaching this goal. This is essential for the fetal cells to multiply and grow. Then carbohydrates is the fuel for energy. You need at least, do not go below 175 grams of carbohydrates per day. Women are on diet. Pregnancy is not a best time to diet or to start losing weight, so do not go below 175 grams of carbohydrates per day. This is crucial. You need 28 to 36 grams of fiber per day. This may exceed your normal intake of fiber because hormone during pregnancy that allows the uterus to relax also allows your GIT system, colon, and intestine to relax. So this predisposes to constipation. That's why you need a lot of fiber during your diet to prevent constipation. Also, you need to exercise regularly or at least go for a walk. Regarding fats, fats are healthy, but avoid trans fat and stick to omega-3 rich foods and plant fats, for example, olive oil, avocados, and fish oils. We will discuss this later. Okay. Do not consume trans fat. Skip highly processed margarines and baked goods, for example, croissant pizza and chocolate. These are not healthy during pregnancy, and you need to adapt healthy habits for your baby to grow properly. The micronutrients, these are very important stuff to stick to during your pregnancy. First of all, you need to get your intake of folic acid. 400 to 800 micrograms per day. If you are having any other disease, for example, epilepsy, or you're on anti-epileptic drugs, or had a history of a baby with neural tube defect or other neurological abnormalities, you must go to your primary care physician to check for upgraded dosage of folic acid per day, because you will not need the normal or average supplement dose. You will need to double this a little bit. Okay. So as I mentioned, folic acid prevents neural tube defects, and you must start your folic acid supplementation 1 month before to 3 months after conception. So it is when you are planning to get pregnant, you need to start taking your folic acid supplementation, because as I mentioned earlier, you will know that you are pregnant at least 1 month after conception. And by this time, the nervous system will be almost developed. So that's why you need to take folic acid before conception, because by the time you know that you are pregnant, it's over. Like, you will not benefit magnificently from it as if you started it earlier. Iron transporter. So you need 27 milligram iron per day. So this is the double normal needs for females, because during pregnancy, the maternal blood volume will expand almost 40 to 50%. That's why you need to double the iron intake you are taking. And this also increase in blood volume, that is what causes you to gain weight during pregnancy. We'll discuss this later. Vitamin D. So we need 1,000 to 2,000 international units of vitamin D per day. So to promote calcium absorption from the GIT, for the baby to grow properly, and for yourself to not lose calcium from your bones. Omega-3, especially DHA, you should check the pamphlet and make sure it is DHA. The brain booster, so this is critical for fetal brain development and nervous system development, and you should take your daily omega-3 supplementations. So, as I mentioned, you need double the iron you are required to take before conception. Plant-based iron is stubborn, and you must take some precautions. So if you are taking iron-rich food like meat, beans, and spinach, you must consume it with, it's not a must, but for better absorption, you need to consume it with vitamin C-rich food. For example, citrus fruit, tomatoes, and bell pepper are great sources of vitamin C. Vitamin C is heat labile. That means when it is heated, it is destroyed. So try to eat raw veggies, raw peppers and tomatoes and citrus fruit for better absorption. If you consume it with calcium or tannins in tea and coffee, or phytic acid, if you are taking supplements that contain a lot of fiber, this will bind to the iron and prevent its absorption. So you need to either separate it if you are yes, for sure, because you will need to drink milk during pregnancy, so do not take it with iron-rich food. And if you are in a need of high fiber supplementation, do not consume it immediately with iron-rich food. Try to space the intake of both. Okay, seafood. Seafood are great sources for omega-3, but they also may be contaminated with mercury, which is toxic for your baby and yourself. So, completely you have to avoid shark, swordfish, tilefish, king mackerel, because they have high mercury level and associated with deficit in fetal memory, learning, and behavior. You need to consume 8 to 12 ounces per week of salmon, sardines, and anchovies, because they are high in omega-3 and very low in mercury, so they will not be toxic to your baby. Okay, regarding weight gain. The baseline, any female getting pregnant will gain almost 8 kg because of the baby's weight, the placenta, the amniotic fluid, or the liquid that surrounds the baby. Also, as we mentioned earlier, the blood volume of the female will expand. So this is a state is where you will get inevitable weight gain, but pregnancy is a state of accelerated starvation and catabolism, so dieting during this period is extremely dangerous. You should get or gain weight within these ranges. For example, if your body mass index, and you will calculate your body mass index simply by dividing your weight in kilograms over, dividing your weight in kilograms over your height in cubic meters. For example, your weight in kg over your height in cubic meter. So, for example, if you are weighing 80 kg, you must divide it over, for example, you are 165 meter, doubled. I guess this will almost equal 29 maybe, or 30. So this is our example. So if you are underweight, your body mass index will become below 18 when you do this calculation. Your weight gain optimally will be between 12.5 to 18 kg. And if your body mass index is normal, like you are between 18.5 to 24.9, your optimum weight gain will be between 11.5 kg to 16 kg. If you are overweight or body mass index between 25 to 29.9, your optimum weight gain must not exceed 7 to 11.5 kg. And if you are obese or body mass index over 30, the optimum weight gain in your case is 5 to 9 kg. So this is to have a normal healthy pregnancy without residual fat storage. Okay. Regarding women who are vegetarian or have a completely plant-based diet, this is completely healthy and completely safe, but they naturally lack certain nutrients, and you must supplement it externally from external supplements. So you will be you're more susceptible to have vitamin B12 deficiency, so you must get 2.6 micrograms per day for ovo-lacto and vegan diet. Regarding iron, plant-based iron is harder to be absorbed, so you must check yourself and do the regular lab tests regularly. Regarding calcium, as we mentioned earlier, you may need 1,000, but here is 1,200 to 1,500 milligram per day are required because of lower absorption from plant. Also, if you are not consuming milk. Zinc is bound by phytates in plant food, so if you are on a high fiber diet, you need to consume zinc from external sources. Regarding lactation, so we try to call the human milk is liquid gold because this is very precious for the baby. Colostrum is excreted from day 1 to day 5, so it is very low in volume, high in protein and antioxidants and immunoglobulins to support the immunity of your baby. And it is the first immune defense. Also, women tend to think it is not enough. No, the baby's stomach is still small, and the colostrum will be more than sufficient for him. Mature milk is expressed more than 10 days. We have intermediate milk in between. We will discuss this later in details, lactation, milk production, and phases. But mature milk after the 10th day is higher in volume, balancing fats and carb for rapid infant growth. You will notice it yourself. You will get your baby is too tiny as this, and later on who will be gaining weight and maturing more rapidly. So for women who are fat-soluble vitamin deficient, so vitamin A, D, K, B, and C. If you are deficient in any of these, you will not be able to pass them to your baby through your breast milk. You need to take your supplementation and make sure that you are in a good health and you are not deficient in any fat-soluble or essential vitamins for your baby to grow better. Regarding minerals, calcium and magnesium, if you are deficient in your diet, your body will dissolve your bone and take calcium and magnesium from your bone and teeth for the baby to be expressed in breast milk. That's why you need to keep taking your prenatal vitamins regularly during lactation. Okay. We have Parker's hypothesis. This indicates that what you eat right now during a pregnancy doesn't build the baby's body, but it programs the gene of the baby. So in utero, what you are eating help your baby get optimum growth during childhood. It will help him have proper neurocognitive and immune development, and during adulthood, it will lower his lifelong risk of chronic disease like diabetes and hypertension. So optimal nutrition during pregnancy and lactation, it is not just the 9 months of pregnancy or 6 months mandatory breastfeeding or 24 if you and your baby are needing this. So nutrition during pregnancy and lactation is crucial for the long-term outcome for yourself and your baby. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed this lecture. We will meet again. We will discuss in details lactation, later on how to feed your baby properly, infant nutrition, and we will go through every step in nutrition starting from infants to geriatrics. So stay tuned. Have a nice day.